No. Hi. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. I said that because like you can see a little bit of my cleavage. Um and I feel like cooking with Kaya, they just made her synonymous with like young black girl that is like leaning into her sexiness or leaning into like seduction or whatever. Um so yeah, I don't know. Oh my god, look at my features, look at my cheeks, look how tight my skin is. Look at my smile, how big it is. Jeez. Look at my freeforms. Goodness gracious. I was looking in the mirror today. I was thinking about somebody that I really want to talk to, but I haven't talked to. Um, I always am thinking about that every day. Every day I constantly think about the people in my life that I want to talk to, but I don't talk to. Every day. And I know she's thinking, maybe you should just talk to these people. I think maybe I should talk about them. Or maybe I should talk to them, but like, you know, in a role play with a therapist, or even in a role play with myself, even in a role play with y'all, or write to them. But I don't, should I talk to them? I feel like I have to look up and look into this more. If you're into, yeah, I don't want to tell more people things about myself. I feel like it's obvious, but I'll say it just so that y'all don't. Yeah, I realize people know what the hell is going on. Even though they can use it against me, it is what it is. But like my personality type is my Myers Briggs is MBTI, my MBTI, which apparently Myers and Briggs, them people did not enjoy black people. They thought that this whole thing is about superior, like all this roots in them believing in like science that like European people are superior to African, black people, whatever. Anywho, but back to the fucking point. The point that I'm making is shout out to Ruby and Sir Love B. Shout out to Ruby and Sir Love B. Um I be wanting to write my college professor so bad. I feel like I am gonna write him. That's not the point. The point I'm trying to fucking make is what was the point I was trying to make at first? Oh, I'm gonna get back to that point. That was the point I was trying to make at first. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna write it down so I remember where I was trying to get back to. I think actually the point I'm about to make now relates to that. But I was just thinking about because I was thinking about TikTok. I was thinking about professors. I was thinking about a history class that I took about. I was talking about MBTI, and this is why I need to set up my setup. I would love if at least one person watched this and they commented like set up your setup because I really want to go live using software and create like um a virtual like I feel like I need a concept map and I feel like people need concept maps to understand what I'm talking about. And I feel like I want to create this software where people can have a concept map to understand where I'm going. Like, oh my God. Like if I was a college professor, that's what I would do. And I don't want to say this on the internet because then I feel like a college professor that has the resources can recreate what I'm saying. But you know what? Hopefully it'll be at least one black person in their class and that black person could learn from it even more easily. But like I feel like I'm like all over the place, right? But it's like don't even worry about it because I am all over the place. But it's like, but I'm referencing this thing, and you know what? I know I'm referencing this thing. You're like, what the hell is this thing? But I got the fucking screenshot, the video, the source right here for you to reference the whole thing later. But right now, come back to the lesson. Period. Anywho, but you have to be for professors, that's the thing. I don't feel like professors rehearse enough. I don't feel like professors realize it's not you have to rehearse being a facilitator, like, or breaking the fourth wall. I feel like facilitators are just performers, but you're breaking the fourth wall. Like, I don't think people understand this is a performance. Anywho, that's not the point. The point is, I was thinking about my favorite professor. I'm trying to take y'all through the virtual map in my mind, the virtual concept map. Like, if this was a my life is a URL poem, where it's like a hyperlink poem. That's what I'm trying to say. A hyperlink poem where like each line has a hyperlink or certain words are hyperlinked, and then you click the hyperlink and it's another poem, or it's a source, or it's a this, it's a that, it's a this, it's a that, it's a this, it's a that, it's a this, it's that. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Anywho, so back to the motherfucker point. The point is that I'm trying to make is cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is how did I get there? What was I trying to say? I was thinking about how I had a professor that I took a class in college called History of Darwinism, and we learned about the whole like survival of the fittest thing and how basically Darwin's work that was really about the like animals, the environment, the ecological and biological world was really like bastardized by racists in America to the point that he had to actually like write and be like, this is not my work. Like this whole social Darwinism and the whole thing like to justify racism, y'all are taking my shit and running with it, and that's not what the fuck I said. And that's personally, that's what I feel like people have done with intersectionality. That's what has been done with critical race theory. Like I feel like people take these big, more nuanced, wordy, blah 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 things from the academy, from the lawyers, from the whatever it is, the researchers. They spend hours and hours and days and years, and then they, or even the politics of respectability, uh, like Evelyn Brooks saying about them, like they take it and then it's like respectability politics and run with like no 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 no. Like, and also I was learning on TikTok that like respectability politics is a whole nother thing, but like the politics of respectability is a whole like that's these are theories that people created after years and years of research, years and years of writing, years and years of fine tuning, and then they boiled it down into this thing, this word, to make it catchy, to get to be able to say they coined a phrase. I don't really know why people boil it down to a word, but I think the problem when people boil it down to a word, a term, a phrase, or whatever, a Darwinism, is that people take it and then they run with it, and then it's whatever you like. They take that. I feel like I think it's so important to me to conceptualize myself and my life and my everything as art. I think that is the most. I was gonna say something. Should I say it? I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna put in a random chooser to say it or not. And if I'm supposed to say it, I'm gonna say it. No, I'm not gonna say it. Anywho, but like just the act of me being here is art. And my expression in this world is art. And like that be the thing. We watch other people like fucking. We're in a mother like. Oh, you got ever been into like community social justice type stuff and community organizing? You ever did a fishbowl? I love fish bowls. I love fish bowls because like I enjoy the performance of it, the staging, the theater. We're living in a walking theater. Everyone, like the conceptualization of like, oh my god, y'all. I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. Like, what am I trying to say? I don't fucking know. Like, just me existed, just doing it. Like I wish that that's what it is. Without the like, you are art without the validation. You just being and living is art. Like, do y'all know how long somebody, probably like your mama or your parent, but even if you don't know your biological family, it don't matter. Even if at the barest, the fucking minimum, you like, and that's not. I don't want to say it in that way of like, you are you and you are art. But even if you would like, even if you are ward of the state, shout out to Carlos. Look up the book Ward of the State, Adoptee TikTok. Anywho, I believe his name is Carlos Dillard. That's not the point. But look him up on TikTok if you're not interested in reading the book. But just look up Carlos, Karlous, Word of the State. And all of his TikToks, his YouTube, he really talks about being a black adoptee, a black transracial adoptee, and the abuse that he faced. If you a ward of the state, or a matter of fact, not even that, if you are literally, if you in prison and you are a ward of the state, you are the property of this state, you had to consider, even in just you being held in that prison, how much money is being generated. Do you know how much money went into you? Because what I was finna say is, on the most like accessible for anybody to understand in the society we live in. I feel like our society is very, 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 very like, has a very disgusting thing with like children and like infantilizing things, and that's a whole nother thing. But like this, a very like, ooh, children is so like, a very like somebody is a good person if they do things to help kids. Like a very like, oh, you volunteer with the kids, you must be good. Oh, you are a mother. Oh, you are a father. Oh my god, yeah, the Gisele, the what's that lady name? I'm gonna look it up right now. No, that's not who I'm. Obviously, I was thinking about somebody else. Okay, I was wild enough. I was looking. So the name I was looking for was Gisele Pelicot. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correct in French. But I was thinking, when I was thinking about her, my brain went to just Giseline Maxwell, which is like, what's that man name? Harvey Maxwell's wife, whatever. I don't know. I don't know nothing about that really, honestly, which does go back to my point. But when the Gisele Pelicot case came out, which if y'all don't know who that is, this she's a woman in France whose husband drugged her without her knowledge. Obviously, he drugged her, and not only did he sexually assault her violently, I don't know. I just don't even want to say the word, but I feel like it's important to say the word. Um, and that's the thing too. We like are like, I don't feel like it's nothing wrong with saying our word, because like for me, I feel like me saying our word is preparing you, the viewer, for what I'm about to say. So our word, we're talking about our word. We're talking about something very violent. So you, the viewer, look away or look if you want to look. But I would say if it's making you feel uncomfortable, you should not listen to this no more. But he raped her. Like the word feels sticky. It feels hard. But I feel like we just don't say violent. We just don't say what we don't. It's like we just like we too don't first look at what's actually going on in society. But not only did he drug and rape her, but he allowed other men to pay him to basically drug and rape her. I believe it was over 60 men. I mean, I googled it right now. I wish, bruh, this woman, look, this is modern day. Like, this is okay. This is white woman Emmett Till, and I'm not even joking. And I know what you're thinking, what the fuck? But what I mean by that, because Emmett Till's case is literally a white woman. That's not the point. What I'm trying to say is like this is the value. Okay, the value of Mamie Till being like, no, we're going to actually publicize how my child looks in this casket. This is going to be an open casket. Like the world needs to see what the hell is going on. That like they need to see what the fuck is happening in Jackson, Mississippi. They need to see what's happening in Mississippi. They need to see we opening this motherfucking casket. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. Made me tell Emmett Till. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, that was so disrespectful. I'm sorry, but sorry, sorry. But so Gisele basically, um, if you haven't heard of this case, shout out to you because wow, you really do not be on the internet, do not be on watching the news, and shout out to you because that probably is really good for your mental health. Anywho, Gisele's husband not only drugged her and raped her, but her former husband Dominique was one of other 50 one of 50 other of the men. 50 men. He not only did that to her, but he without her knowing, he drugged her and assaulted her, and he allowed 50 other men to partake. Mind you, this is from the TikTok era. I'm filming this during the TikTok era. TikTok may not be here a year from now, 2 years from now. People might not remember this. Because one thing about society that I've learned in this COVID pandemic is people have very, very short memories. People's attention spans and memory, like people, if it don't concern them, their memory, they're not keeping track. They're not archiving. If it doesn't personally concern them, they're not keeping a mental archive. That's not the point. The point is, there was on the time that this like case started being publicized, it's like it was all over TikTok. You could not like my For You page. I could not see people reposting this, talking about this. And when it was when they at the time when they came out with the convictions for everybody, they listed out. I saw TikTok. They listed out every single one of the 50 men's names and how many years they got or whatever. And then it said something like basically like, oh, these people are fathers. Some of these people, so many of them have kids. And people in the comments were like, we need to know their names. They all need to be publicized in their pictures. These people have kids. Some of these men have some of the, like, I can't believe a man with kids. I can't believe a teacher. Like, are y'all okay? Like, y'all are letting people. What I'm trying to say about our society, and this is going to take me back to what I'm trying to say about art. Sorry, y'all. But the reason why I said what I said about kids and how sick we are as a society in general, I think that there's no moral nothing. I don't believe in like, meaning like, I don't believe there's a moral, like, I believe that people have personalities and people have personality types and and I also think people have like values and certain things and integrity, so to speak. But just because a teacher choosing to take the job of a teacher does not mean you have integrity. Do y'all know how easy it is to become a teacher? Do you know how easy it is to get into a school? When I was going to college, I was interested, like going from high school to college. I remember having a conversation with a teacher in my I remember having a conversation with a teacher in my high school and she was like, "Don't be a teacher. You wouldn't like it because not because of the kids, but because of everything else. It'll be too controlling, whatever." And I was like, "Huh, okay." And then I yeah. And then I went to college and I was kind of back and forth. Like I was like, I want to go to law school, but also I want to be a teacher. And the advisor for the education college was like, I don't think you should continue on with getting your certification to be a teacher, because you can always be certified to become a teacher. You can always do Teach for America. You can always, like, it's pretty easy to get the experience of being a teacher. You don't need to necessarily be certified to become a teacher. I feel both and about that advice. Um in hindsight now, I wish I would have continued to do what I was knew I wanted to do, because I feel like uh you get paid more money as a certified teacher. That's one. But for two, you just have more options monetarily. For three, everything I realize I want to do, I think I am very passionate about education, and I think that you just are in the politics of anything, literally anything, like becoming the president of the United States, but like also the politics of like if you want to work on a school board or if you want to become a superintendent, it just looks better on your resume to say that you've actually worked in a classroom before. And I've never worked in a classroom, and I think now with COVID, I'm even more averse to working in the classroom. So I wish I would have got that experience then. What I will say is that with me not having worked in the classroom, that um with me not doing that, I like I took other classes that I enjoyed, but yeah. Anywho, that's not the point. What am I trying to say? Oh, that's what I'm trying to say. I think that the point I was making is I was so confused when people was in the comments like, these people are teachers, they're dads, like I can't believe this, and I'm just like, are y'all good? Are y'all okay? Bill Cosby is somebody daddy. And let's not say like it's what's that man name? I don't know nothing about him. I literally don't know. This man is a legend to me, like a far away spooky tale. What's that man name? What's that white man name? I'm literally finna type in white man actor. It's like Andy. No. List of all the Hollywood power players. Wait. Kevin Spacey, No, not these people. Like somebody really old. Like his name is like Andy. Yeah, Andy Dick is his name. Who is no? That's not what I'm talking about. He like an old man, bruh. I don't know. This like I don't. I feel like white people cannot imagine. We don't know nothing about y'all celebrities. I promise. I don't know nothing. Who I don't know who these people are. Neve Shulman got accusation. Who is Aisha Morgan? I didn't know Neve Shulman had no allegations, but I'm glad he do, cause that man is racist. This was 6 years ago. One thing about it, you can always like. I think Neve is a creepy guy. I think he has weird things with black women. I'm sorry, I don't care. He said weird things before. And I think he's probably just miseducated, but it is what it is. Because what does just miseducated mean? Like, read a fucking book, watch a fucking documentary. Like, Catfish has so many of Catfish's viral moments have been because of black women. I promise y'all, Neve don't be reading, watching fucking documentaries about black women. I promise y'all, that man don't. I promise y'all. I feel like Max might. Not really. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I like Max a lot better personality wise. I would have to go back and watch it again. Like Neve got the type of personality that he like. Let me look up his MBTI. This whole thing was about how I'm supposed to be talking about art and how we all art. The whole point was like, yo, when you're a fucking baby, your mama, even if you don't know your mama, whoever it was, whoever carried you, they put 9 months of labor, literally. Like, because I feel like we only call it labor, ENFG. His basic fears being unwanted or loved, which avoids certain behaviors. Core desires to feel loved and appreciated. I don't know. I feel like these core desires be like the Enneagram. I don't really understand it. I don't know. I gotta. It's a extroverted feeling. I don't know about this. I want to learn the cognitive functions because I want to just be able to understand what that means. Yeah. So okay, I have introverted feeling and Neve has extroverted feeling. And people may think I'm a people pleaser. I'm not really a people pleaser. I'm more of a just don't want people to blow up or like because I'm just very averse to conflict because I just grew up around a lot of conflict that was violent. So now I'm just like, oh, conflict equals violence. So if I have a certain level of protection, oh, conflict, conflict, conflict. But like when I don't have a certain level of protection or when I just gauge that it's not like if I know you a fighter and I know I'm not a fighter because I'm not at this moment. And I don't think I want to be like I think I want to learn how to protect myself, but I don't want to I just don't want to I don't think I want to be a fighter physically anyway. I'm just not into that. Well, not even that. I just think I'm afraid of like the health, what it would do to my health actually. I just don't feel like it's sustainable for me physically. However, the point is he has extroverted feeling, I have introverted feeling, so it makes sense as my primary thing. My primary cognitive function is introverted feeling, and according to the internet, what they think about me, his extroverted feeling is his, which is like he's highly concerned with the feelings and needs of others, um, and like as he's motivated by creating harmony, and I don't know. I feel like he just comes off as very like the type of person that like wants to look woke, or not even wants to look woke, but wants to look like a good guy. Anywho, that's not the point. The point is, what I was trying to say is like people are art. People are literally just every if you literally somebody labored over you for 9 months and then pushed you out in a very painful way, that final push, that makes me think about anything like birthing anything. I have a friend, well, a potential friend, that is like, was really into, or is really into birth, I guess, and talks about it a lot and just talks about birth as a metaphor a lot. And well, I view it as a metaphor sometimes, but like, like just like, oh, I have this project, like this is my baby. And I think that like, I was very and still like am like, foundational text, Amanda Seals coded. And like I feel like if you Amanda Seals first stand up special, um in her when she talked about it on her podcast, she talked about it like giving birth. And I wonder if they got MBTI for her. ENTJ. Extroverted thinking. Huh. Does it mean that she has to think out loud? What does that mean? Oh, honestly, yeah. This is interesting. This is interesting. This is interesting. I wonder why they typed her like that. A cognitive function that involves organizing information and making decisions based on logics and fact. Now, okay, I gotta go. Decisive, goal oriented, strategic. I wonder like who. Wait, hold on. Hold on, chat. Oh, Sheldon Cooper's is ISTJ. Wait, what's his introverted? He has extroverted thinking too. Mm. Yeah. See, when I watch TV, I feel like I give off Sheldon Cooper, but I don't. Interesting. Yeah, I guess so. Because the reason I stopped listening to Amanda Seals is because I was like, her podcast down. And we talk about this because um I had mentioned the whole baby thing, which we'll get back to the baby thing and what she said about that. Mind you, I think I learned a lot from Amanda Seals, and I could probably still learn a lot from her. But I was very like cancel culture with like, I feel like cancel culture is fine. I feel like cancel culture is fine. Everybody like relax. Cancel culture is fine. I think cancel culture doesn't work unless it's on black people. And even then, like you're gonna live. But I think that people always want to have a pitchfork. They always do. And sometimes it means very literal and they want to literally kill people. But like people always are very like, there's like people are always ready to be passionate about something. And I feel like passion has to fit into capitalism now. And so it's like we can all bully and hate this person right now. Yay! Whoa! Yay! Like people don't dose their like passion. Like I'm so excited for the life I live because my again introverted feeling like I'm a very passionate person. I'm not saying I don't think Mendes is a passionate person. That's not what I'm talking about. But like I think she's a very passionate person too. But I think she's very like black and white logic. I do think that is like Yeah. And like when decisions had to be made, decisions had to be made. I can make an executive decision. And like I'm more like, I gotta think about it, the feelings, and I kind of like have to stew in it. But regardless, I stopped watching her or listening to her podcast because that was back then. Like video podcast was not even that big of a thing at that time. But I was listening to her, and she had Michaela Cole and another actress. I don't know exactly who it was. Shit, let me look it up right now. It may have been my girl. Hold on. Noma Dumezweni. Who's Noma Dumezweni? Who is Noma Dumezweni? Oh, girl. Okay, I don't. She not my girl, but I see her. She was in the Little Mermaid. Who was she in the Little Mermaid? Who the hell was she in the Little Mermaid? I see her in other stuff. This thing they talk about her most known. I don't know nothing they talk about. I need to see some other shit. Mary Poppins Returns is not seeing that. I saw the Little Mermaid, but I don't remember who she was. I've watched her in a show that I've watched before. Pose. Po- I know this ain't Jean them. Like I know her face instantly. So I was like, who the hell is this? No, y'all, because if you know me, foundational text, motherfucking Dominique Jackson, and motherfucking Pose. Miss Electra Abundance is my favorite character. And her mother is the one, the only, the incomparable Noma Dumezweni. Oh, yeah. I think Amanda Seales is out her damn mind. Anywho, back to the point. Um, I think my experience of listening to that podcast, Amanda Seales, as a woman who is darker skinned than you, um, you talked over your get like you brought two darker skinned than you women onto your podcast, and we're like, is colorism even a thing? Because like I don't think colorism thing. Like you very Sheldon Cooper did, babes. You very Sheldon Cooper did. As somebody that like loves Sheldon Cooper down, sometimes Sheldon Cooper needs to be set the fuck down and like, no. Like I don't think that like colorism is like a thing for like white people. I think they think they were all niggers. I think that like first of all, the fact that Meghan Markle is a real person with a real life, like her life really literally happened. Meghan Markle and black people will come to like freaking defend her in like the like look at Meghan Markle's life. Go watch that documentary about her on Netflix. Go listen to her say she never got treated like a black girl ever until she made it to the literal peak of motherfucking the colonial system, literal queen of England. White people don't give a white people just think we're all niggers. Yeah, we get it. The literal like sure, the literal queen of England, even to her, like I feel like Amanda Seales your brain, or at least where you were at the time of that podcast, because we could say people could grow. But I don't feel like nobody has ever publicly held you to the fire for that. So I don't know. Anywho, um, you might say, well, you see, like she's light as hell, and the Queen of England still is asking how dark her baby's gonna be. Like, no, babes. Do you think Serena Williams would admit it to being his motherfucker wife? No offense to Serena, because love her down boots. But let's be so fucking serious. Do you think he could have walked in there with a dark skinned black woman? It wouldn't have mattered if he had a motherfucking love for motherfucking Passing. I don't watch movies. I never watched Passing before. But whatever fucking movie, Loving versus Loving, whatever civil rights movie about interracial people and black. What's that damn Tyler Perry movie? That Tyler Perry movie, his dramatic debut on Netflix. Which I thought it was like, okay, like I just like Tyler Perry. His endings are just so like predictable. I feel like he just likes a straightforward, predictable movie, I guess. And I'm just like, you're smarter than that, Tyler. Like, and your audience is also smart. It doesn't have to be so straightforward. Like, I feel like that ending of that movie, he thought it was such a gag that the man was actually black, whatever, and he was all racist and stuff. But and he was raised to be racist. And like it is a gag for like white people. I feel like Tyler Perry makes black art for white people, even though like black people are your core fans. Like I was raised on Tyler Perry, so I wanted to watch that dramatic debut. But he like it's like black American people. I feel like we kind of know that this is a thing that happens, but I don't feel like it's not like we need to let's talk about more like let's take that let's take that movie and contextualize it. Like it's loads of white people all over everywhere who are that racist, who's fit like who have black ancestors directly. Shout out to Missouri, state of Missouri for Cecilia a slave. I wish I could find. Let me try to find that thesis that that black woman wrote about state of Missouri versus Cecilia a slave. But yeah, like what I'm trying to say, what's your goddamn name? Amanda Seals. Girl. Anyway, but I couldn't watch like you literally just spoke. You invited dark skinned black women, darker skinned than you black women to come to your podcast, talk about colorism, and then basically say, yeah, because I just believe that this. What do y'all believe? Instead of maybe like centering like I think people read the theory, but they don't live the theory. I think people read the theory, but they don't live the theory. And I feel like just because you dedicate yourself to African American diaspora studies doesn't mean that you don't benefit from white supremacy. Doesn't mean that you don't benefit from it. One of those benefits being colorism. If colorism is a side effect of white supremacy, therefore meaning even if only, which is a lie, but let's just pretend the only other black like the fallacy in saying, oh my god, it's literally just became cool, like like legal in my later years of my life so far. To the Crown Act was passed, like where you can't discriminate against people based on wearing black based on the texture of their hair at work, which is wild also because even in the Crown Act, the white supremacy in that and like the fact that like black women will like degrade other black women for like wearing bonnets to work. Is a bonnet not significantly important to black American culture? How do you get to say what's the limit on policing headwear? When is it PC versus when is it not? That's interesting to me. Anywho, not even PC, but I hate to say PC because I feel like that's like a dog whistle for like, oh, the PC police. But it's just like, when is it like when is it okay? Like when is it acceptable? Like what headwear is okay to police and what headwear is not? And like I had to do with a black woman manager, corporate America, well, nonprofit America, but used to be corporate America. I don't know, being like, Oh, tell your intern she can't wear bonnets to work. Why would I tell her she can't wear bonnets to work? Who fucking cares about a fucking bonnet? Your funders didn't even see her in the bonnet. You saw her in the bonnet. It was you. Like, who cares about a fucking bonnet? She showed up. She showed up. She showed up. Oh my god. Anywho, that's not the point. Um, Back to the point. Amanda Seals. That's on some disability justice stuff that Amanda Seals I highly doubt you know nothing about, especially not the black version of it. I'm sure you may know Crutches and Spice, but I feel like Imani has a very very huge, is very like I think hypovisibility is the term for it. I'm not a communication scholar, but I think that's the term for it. But yeah, she's a very visible platform. She's very visible. So I mean, but I feel like I don't trust that you've done some deep reading and some deep reflection on Black disability justice, specifically from a Black feminist or a Black queer perspective. But that's just me. Also, y'all, what I realized in life, when I was younger, I'm not gonna tell nobody tea, but when I was younger, I always felt like the smartest Black girls and Black women end up being queer. The more you read books, the more you just learn about different parts of the world, you just gonna be queer. The more you become well traveled, the more. But like, I, Amanda Seals, are you straight? That has nothing to do with nothing we talk about. But I just wonder, and I wonder why. I just feel like there's always. I feel like Black women. I've done it before. Just to be clear, I've done it before, and I've yeah, I don't want to clock my teeth too much, but I've done it for very violent people. I've done it for very violent people. That's what I'll say. Matter of fact, I'll clock my own teeth. Let me see what I'm about to say, and I'll clock my own teeth. Well, I'll clock my own teeth first because my tea is worse. I'll put myself. That's what I'm about to say, Amanda. So actually, I feel like in theory you understand possibly the colorism is real, possibly that there's better benefits, blah blah blah. But at the point that it's Black billionaires, that means that Black people that have access to the supply, like to controlling the supply chain, controlling the capital, whatever, like they, if only people of color or only Black people believe in colorism, but it's Black billionaires now, that means that it might be colorism in the money, in the opportunities, in the Hollywood, in the Black Hollywoods, in the whatever. So like there's material benefits to you benefiting from colorism. So I just feel like leading a show with like that you're hosting, being like that's the thing. I feel like extroverted thinking people, and comparing just a Google search of Amanda Seals having that as a primary cognitive function, and also Sheldon Cooper, the character, having that as a primary cognitive function. I feel like it's like you know so much, but like you don't know how to facilitate the outcome that you look for. You don't know how to do it with finesse, and even then, like you're controlling the outcome. You want a specific outcome, like you don't want the actual truth, because it's like the truth of the matter is, despite how many master's bajillion degrees you got around African American diaspora studies, like it don't mean that you don't perpetuate these things. And I feel like um I feel like I feel like Yeah, I feel like you leading that conversation with your feelings of like, oh, it's not real. We just do that in our own community. White people don't care. You kind of, it's just like in class. If you in a classroom setting and the student that's always talking, or not even just if the teacher asks like, oh, like, what do y'all think it is? And then one student says, oh, well, so confidently and boldly, well, obviously the answer is X. Then everybody like, don't you think the answer is X? Yeah, like people gonna just agree. And if nobody else is interrupting, there's not a teacher, if there's not a, oh, well, have you considered why? And you can't always assume that the that like you can't look at that scenario and be like, well, we're not fucking kids, they're grown adults, so if they were thinking why, they should say why. They, even if they're like, even like, what I'm trying to say is this is like, and this could be infantilizing as well, but it's just like, as me as a darker skin than you, Amanda Seals woman, like, I was constantly around colorism when I was younger, and like my school age, constantly dealt with being around social hierarchies where lighter skinned girls was leaders of the pack, are very, or when, oh my god, y'all, I started a BSA in my school, and I once hosted a conversation about colorism, and it was at the same time that Oprah, like, people asked me to do this because Oprah came out with a documentary on the damn own network that went viral about colorism. And I tell you, them like skin, they ate me the fuck up. Like I was a fucking. They put me. I was a wolf to the motherfucking pack. I was not well prepared for the fact that like that they was gonna get so like defensive. Like, mind you, these same people went to study African American diaspora studies. Like the evil light skinned bitch to African American diaspora studies pipeline. Interesting. Like, people could say some shit about me. Like the evil, like, and when it's not evil, it's defensive and it's naive to like your role in the system of power. And then at that point, defensive of like, oh, I can't, me, a person perpetuating an evil system, never. And it's like, girl, we are perpetuating it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But you are perpetuating it. Now what you gonna do about it? That's the that I don't know much about Isaiah Banks besides the internet. And obviously I know she's a Gemini. And that's where I can like real recognize what's fucking real. Like, what now? What now? What now? So yeah, Amanda Seals, I just was very disappointed and I had to get that off just now. But what I will say about you is that I really enjoy like the process of you sharing about your stand-up, your first ever time having a televised special on HBO Max. And like how it was like a wedding for you, and like they kind of made me think about my friend's framing of it as like a baby, which brings back to my original point about just being in art. And like art, like, y'all know, I seen a TikTok trend. It was a trend, I think, but I think it was one person, it was a black man. I wish I need to go find the TikTok. But he he was like, it was an interview, I think, maybe, or maybe just a clip, I don't know. But he was talking about like, yo, like, I um I freaking like Don't look at my painting and make, oh, I wish I could do that. I spent over 300 hours on this one painting. Do like every detail. You know what I'm saying? To make it look lifelike, to make it look realistic. Like somebody, you know how long is how many hours is 9 months, chat? 9 months is 6,570 hours. Somebody spent 6,570 hours of labor, because at the end of the day, go look on TikTok, go look up anywhere how hard it is to have a baby in your belly. Carrying you, that's a literal, like, that's extra weight. That is like, that's pains. They have to put more money into feeding themselves more, put more time and care to making more food for themselves. They have to sleep longer. Like, and then that final push to push you out. And I feel like the way that Amanda Seales told that story about her, like her special and like filming it, and then like the final hours, and like she needed a mic, and she needed a gold mic, and she needed the mic to be sprayed, like that. Yeah, yeah. I am so, oh my god, I am so um I am so like um I am so I think that in archive is that's what I was trying to say. I was thinking about a lot of stuff, but in me, I think that, I mean, I think Amanda Seales knows her power, I guess, but I think that like people can be so defensive with how things are like framed on the internet. Meaning, like, I feel like if she spent time with me, like if she decided to have an over hour conversation with me, and I brought this to her, right? Like she could understand how much like I spent time with her. Like I spent hours and hours of like when you're listening to a podcast, you're spending hours and hours of hours engaging in conversation with someone. Like you're listening to them speak, but you're having thoughts of your own. You may be taking notes of these, like, you know, like you're spending a lot of time with someone. And that's why I feel like people are so like evil to like the Beehive and the Barbs, whatever. But like these are archivists. These are like, yo, Nicki Minaj, Beyonce. I think Beyonce is the most like whatever type of person to like. These are archivists though, and like there needs to be an like this is an archive, and I don't think it's like seen as such, and I think that's the problem, um which is unfortunate. But like, yeah, like this is an archive. This is an archive. Yeah. Um Like we're all walking archive. That's the thing. Like you have memories, you have stories to tell. Like I just feel like, and that's what I'm trying to say. Even if you don't have a mom that you're adopted, you don't know who your parents are, or even if you do and you don't fuck with them no more, f them, for because they ain't shit, like, or even if you a fucking ward of the state, like you people feel like people in prison are the lowest of the low. Do you know how many people are billionaires off of people in prison? How many people couldn't be a billionaire if it wasn't all the people in prison? Like you feel like that's like you are the scum of the earth, and you were first off. People always using the statistics of like how much it costs to keep a prisoner in prison, which to be fair, they try to make it the most minimum amount of money as possible to make money to make their pockets bigger, and that's why it's like important to dehumanize criminals so that people don't care that they get treated like shit. Um, and that's why it's important to dehumanize old people so people don't care that the government said that we're gonna take care of our old people. Okay, are they taking care of them? Hell no. And don't nobody give a fuck. That's why actually, I better yo. I think that veterans are dehumanized. I think that veterans are propped up as figures, as like, oh, look what you done for our country, and like as non-human, it's a dehuman. I feel like it's such a dehumanizing experience to go through any type of factory, to go through any type of institution. I feel like the military is the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst, the worst, the worst, the worst, the worst, the worst to go through, the worst. And um, yo, we're walking fucking art, y'all. It's going to I don't know what they're gonna be. I hope that they are something with COVID and like masking and just like or shit, trans people in just bathrooms and like not even just bathrooms, but like just like the normalization of like people choosing their gender and like that being a normal thing, um or like yo, oh my god, I'm so like over feel like I have to explain myself because of outside people that aren't even literally here. I'm literally in a room by myself. But like I took a class on like gender, a WGS class, and I promise y'all, I felt these people feel like I was a stupid black bitch. And like it's like, no, I'm not a stupid black bitch. Y'all are stupid white people and y'all don't understand gender and gender performance and all these other things. But that's not the but when it's framed through black ghetto black bitch lens or through like whatever we dehumanize type of lens. And so like what I'm trying to say is like what I'm trying to say is this. My hair, girl. I be pulling my hair out. That's not the point. The point is, oh, like when I said choosing gender, I just what I meant by that is like, um, when I said choosing not my gender, but people choosing their gender should be normalized. It's not that I feel like gender is a like I guess I feel like there's a choice to conform or a choice to not conform. I feel like people feel things, even children. innately, but but I think there you gain consciousness of like, oh, this is what like is quote unquote normal, or this is what is accepted in society for me to be. So let me be that or let me not. And I feel like we police a lot of things that we shouldn't be policing, and we don't police the things that we should, or I don't even know if policing is the word, but like we normalize things that we shouldn't normalize. And we don't like, I feel like being fat, and not even being fat, I feel like being having any type of fat on your body is being very highly highly policed right now. Like highly. Like I don't even think people understand the dangers of what the fuck is happening right now in our society. That's what made me like feel like I had to get on here and talk, or not even on here and talk. It was actually my TikTok. Like my TikTok is on my phone that's broken, so like my mic don't work on that phone. And like I saw a video and it triggered the fuck out of me, and it was wild because I follow somebody that I be following people. If you wear a mask, I follow you. If you wear a mask, I follow you. And I followed this like fitness instructor um that wears mask, and they make content about like being safe in the gym. And like they reposted, like I that's why you really gotta like unfollow niggas. And I that's what the fuck I gotta do. But like I'd be like, I was like, how did this get on my fucking page? And I really gotta, I'd be scared to unfollow, but I have to unfollow. I think for me, I just need to make a list of why I unfollowed. Cause I'd be like, damn, like, and I don't know if I'd be like, I really want to know. Like for me, like, I feel like enough, like I'm cool, like I'm a very cool with type of person. Meaning like I had a mutual, not a COVID cautious mutual, but a black queer. I don't know if they identify as lesbian, but definitely queer, maybe trans and non-binary um mutual that reposted something about like being big backed. And I follow this creator and I've seen this creator and I don't think it's by like like it's a coincidence, but I follow this black woman plus size creator and she but her whole thing is not like, I don't know. She just is a black woman and she's plus size. I don't know if her all her content is about her necessarily being plus size. What I will say is at bare is the minimum. Like bare is the motherfucking minimum. 2023. I seen her post. And honestly, it could have been 2022. I seen her post like, can y'all please stop saying big bag? Like this is like fuck with my mental da da da. But at the same time, I liked her. I liked her saying that. I reposted her saying that. But I didn't unfollow people every time they said big bag. I didn't get in them comments and say, "Yo, can y'all please stop saying big bag? It's so fatphobic." Um, I didn't interrupt the conversation anytime I had the agency to do so. So what was that doing? That was me being oh, like they didn't mean it like that type of bitch, and I'm not even the one that's being affected by it the worst. Even though it don't matter, I'm still being affected by it. Now now it's to the point everybody's taking the Ozempic. Now everybody's using big bag constantly, using it on fucking kid. Like that's actually what happened. The mutual reposted something and it was talking about big bags. Like it was a video where somebody was talking like it was a trend where people was putting pillows on their back. And I'm like, bro, we back to fat suits. We back to normalizing fat suits. We back to normalizing fat suits. And not only that, we're normalizing it for kids. We're normalizing it for kids. Are we good? Is everybody okay? Is everybody okay? Is everybody fucking okay? Is everybody fucking okay? We're back to the fucking times where Eddie Murphy makes a motherfucking movie with a motherfucking dark skinned plus size woman named motherfucking Respucia as the fucking character and uses motherfucking technology to motherfucking. I thought that was a fucking fat suit. I thought that was some Martin Lawrence fat suit, like making a like we're okay with making like we're okay. Like it's wrong when Martin Lawrence puts on the fat suit, but it's okay if Viola Davis put it on. Y'all making mammies, and it's okay. That's not the fucking point. The point is, I just like I was so jarred by that, and I just didn't unfollow the person because I be feeling so like, oh, I'm gonna hurt somebody's feelings if I unfollow them. And I'm like, sometimes you gotta learn how to cut some shit and let it the fuck go. Like, I'd be so scared to let anything fucking go. Because like, oh, like I followed you for a reason. I see the good. Like, no, sometimes you gotta let niggas know it's strict around here. My motherfucking TikTok is motherfucking strict. My motherfucking headspace is motherfucking, and that's the thing. I won't let nothing go. I won't let a friendship, a net, a sock, bitch. My motherfucking washer, I dry either I or the person that I pay to like clean my house dry I think I did it, but I don't know. I dry my clothes the wrong way. I put too much heavy stuff in there with light stuff. I don't know. And my motherfucking I over dried it. My pennies, I've been having these pennies for years. The motherfucking straight like multiple of my clothes like ripped in the dryer. Like been having these clothes for years. Like I had like the elastic like it was like it's like a string bikini. I actually could show y'all if I take this off. I'm not gonna take it off, but like it's a string bikini. I could show y'all actually because I could grab. We could literally reach down and grab them, but I'm not going to. But like, oh y'all all in my house. I don't like that. But like, it was a string bikini, and the like just look up what a string bikini is, but the string part, like it like ripped to the point of like being like a literal like holding on by a literal thread. Like it ripped from the like back. Anyway, the connecting seam. I don't fucking know, child. I don't know sewing terms right now. But that's not the point. The point I'm trying to make is like I don't even know why I was even doing that metaphor. But the point is I'm like I just feel like health is so I do need to write books. I feel like that's the only way people listen to you is if you write a book or if you say I got this degree. But I just feel like why do I want to fucking write a book? I feel like the reason you want to write a book is to get money, and get publishing. But like, yeah, I just want to publish my thoughts. I just want to publish my thoughts. I want people to listen to me like a record. I want people to buy my podcast and stream my podcast, but I don't want it to be a podcast. I just want people to stream my album. Yeah, I want to create an album. I want to create an album. I want to create an album. Oh my god, y'all! I want to create an album. That's what the I want to do. Like, I want an album of me talking. Like, I feel like the people. That's what TikTok is. That's what TikTok is. TikTok is a like. Oh my god! When I was younger, like my dad, he would on Martin Luther King Day. I don't know if he had if it was him or if it was just the radio station or if it was both. I think it was both. He had an album of like Martin Luther King speeches, like a CD, and he would put it in the CD player and we would listen to it. So like and you could get that of like I was watching what's that called? Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and it was like they was talking about Red Fox records and you can listen to him telling jokes. And I remember when I was a kid, I would listen to my friend, like my cousin actually. I did not know this girl was my real cousin. I thought we was just play cousins. This is my real cousin. But my cousin, she loved listening to Kevin Hart, and I would be like, "Girl, what the fuck?" But like, she actually listens to like Kevin Hart on Spotify, and I was like, "What the fuck? Like, why are you listening to this?" But like, no, like, yeah, like we need to like. That's what I want to do. Like, I want like I don't like. I feel like a podcast is quick. Like a podcast is quick. Like a podcast is quick. Like I want an album. I don't want like I don't I feel like I would want a a podcast or a radio show, but I want an album of me speaking. And I feel like TikTok is like we thinking like you know how people thinking songs, we thinking TikToks now. Like we think in like literally 15-second clips of people speaking, 10-second clips, 5 second like TikTok, bruh. TikTok has like people less than 10-second clips. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to think of one. Be who you are. That's more of a song. But let me think of one that's like somebody's song. Oh, bruh, I don't have to go as hard. I was literally, I took a everything shower today, but like I shaved. I shaved for at least like a goddamn hour, honestly. Just cause I'm just I don't got my bathroom set up. So it's like I don't have nowhere to sit stuff down. So I've had to like get out the shower, put stuff back on the sink. It's just so tiny in there. Oh, I can't wait till I get like a big bathroom. And the amount of money I'm fucking paying, it's ridiculous that I don't have a big bathroom, but it's okay because like I did the best I could what I had, and I this is the apartment that I got. But I wish I had a bigger bathroom. Um oh my god, I miss my Shayla. That's not the point. Um But like I was listening to Angie Martinez podcast while I was listening to it, and I was listening to the Coil Ray episode, but then the Coil Ray episode ended and I was still in the shower. And so it had went to the Taraji P. Henson episode, but I didn't want to hear that. And so I changed it. Mind you, I wasn't fully listening, but I just didn't want to I'm sorry, Taraji, I just didn't, I don't know. And so then I changed it to the JT episode, and that clip where she was like, "I don't have to go as hard." I literally did not know that that was from an Angie Martinez podcast. Like that clip that be everywhere on TikTok. I don't have to go as hard. I don't have kids. Was from a whole hour, like over an hour long conversation, and it's like, yo, if you on TikTok, I don't feel like people shouldn't be monetizing their like I think people should be creating spoken albums. Like I think people should make albums of their viral TikTok sounds. 1,000 bajillion%. Matter of fact, hold on. Oh my god, I'm about to release a fucking album of me talking. Because people don't make albums no more. And I want an album. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Yeah. Mm, I'm going to throw shade if I can't get paid. Wow. Thank y'all. Thanks for witnessing me. I just want to say everybody is art. I'm sick of I'm sick of the fat phobia. I'm sick of the fat phobia being framed as like we want people to be healthy. Like so many of the fitness influencers are like, I don't want a big bag. I don't want a big bag. So many fucking people, Tia Kemp and that damn baby big bags fucking sound with the wings and fucking bruh. If we still the way Tia Kemp did Miss Netta tells you all you need to know about her. Period. She do it to Miss Netta, she'll do it to you. Period. Like I just feel like people are so want a laugh or wanna like whatever a soundbite, but I just feel like it's like bruh, Chadwick Boseman passed away how long ago? That was in recent history, and it was so many people like shaming his weight because he was so thin and this man was going through cancer. And on the reverse of that, like me as somebody that has so many health issues, it's like I literally told my doctor, I was like, oh, like, and I had to follow up on it now. I was like, the doctor's like, oh, like asking me about my family, like history. I have history of diabetes in my family. I have whatever. That's not the point. The point is, meaning my grandma's had diabetes. The point is that um what the fuck is the point? The point is that like the point is this. The point is because now I'm thinking about my own personal life, whatever. The point is that y'all don't know somebody skinny is like how big somebody as skinny as me could walk around with fucking diabetes. Somebody as skinny as me could walk around with cancer, with whatever. And it's like I don't have a good diet. I don't have like I have such bad fucking lung capacity, but I look young and fucking healthy. I look young, skinny, and healthy. And it's like I went to the doctor and my doctor asked me like, "Oh, what's your diet?" And I was like, "Oh, Grubhub," because I'm not well. That's why it's Grubhub. But anywho, and he was like, "Oh, like we could get you in for a nutritionist." No, no, no. He didn't even say that. I asked him, "Can I see a nutritionist? Do y'all have one here?" And he was like, "Yeah, we have one here that can come in." And he didn't even put no pressure on it. And I'm like, I need to talk to a nutritionist. Like I asked, like, but it's like one, I have so many other medical things, people don't think it's that big of a deal. But two, it's like I promise you to God, if I was plus size and I asked about a nutritionist, it would have been Like, I don't know. So maybe that's me putting the fat phobia out because I never experienced it. I just feel like, or if I was plus size, it would have been more like, wow, it's great that you want to hear from a nutritionist. But like, it would, like, I feel like he didn't put no, like, he didn't follow up with it, and he didn't follow up with a lot of stuff. I had to follow up with a lot of stuff, and that I have a very long list of things medically that I have to deal with. But like, and I forgot, and I didn't forget because I never forget shit. I just don't be having the courage to like say everything. I'm a very long-winded person though, and I'm a long-winded customer, and I'm a long with like I'm the type of person. That's why the medical industry don't work for me, and it don't work for nobody, obviously. But I need the like I need time and thoroughness that is not easy to get. But like, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Like, that's all I'm gonna fucking say. I just like what I'm trying to say is like y'all don't realize how many people that are like fat phobia and how it's just like, bruh, oh that shit with dank. Like that shit, I don't even want to click nobody video that's so clickbaity. Like even King of Reeds, like I think it's just so much fat phobia systemically. Like like 100% the legal understanding of what discrimination is. A Lyft driver pulling up to pick her up saying that refusing her a ride because of her size is discrimination. Like, and the fact that it don't matter what like the facts are of pen and paper and what literal legal things mean. Like the fact that the court of public opinion can make a decision and call this like make it a meme of a legal case when in reality, shit like motherfuckers be like, oh, the airplanes from back in the day. I wish I could have flown an airplane back then. First off, how often was a black person flying on a plane? Like how often did black people have money to fly on planes back then? That's why black people were taking trains. That was black people were taking trains, but we're not gonna get to that. But even if people was taking like people like oh like it's so what the fuck are people? It's so and what black people everybody needs to start taking trains more. That's what y'all need to do. That's what the fuck y'all need to do. Anywho, including me. I highly don't want to I really don't want to take a plane back to St. Louis if I go back. But like I just don't feel like for so many reasons I don't want to take a plane. But I just don't feel like I'm afraid. Literally, I'm just afraid of comfort, and like maybe that's the thing. Like, bro, you go like it's just how you want to go, honestly. But it's just like I'm scared. I just don't want to go, take it by myself. But maybe I should try to take the train by myself. Um, but I think what I should do is take a train to Vancouver or take a train to a short distance first and see like kind of get the feel of it. But like I just don't. Oh, I brought up the planes because, like, bruh, people be like, I wish I could take planes back in the day because the seats was so much bigger. Yeah, the seats got smaller and smaller because they knew they could pack more people in there. They could make a lot more fucking money. Is everybody listening? Is everybody okay? Like Southwest Airlines, we don't gotta put no fancy shit in this plane. We don't gotta have no fancy fucking meals. Pack as many people as we fucking can. You can sit wherever you fucking want, and we can make some fucking money. Is everybody okay? Is everybody listening? And so it's just like y'all think that they put the seats smaller because the average American is supposed to only be this size. No, bitch, because they wanted it to be smaller and smaller so they could get more and more people so they could get more and more money. Is everybody okay? Is everybody okay? I don't know, y'all. I'm exhausted. I just feel like the fat phobia today is disgusting. Um, shit, everything going on in the news, the ableism, just how everybody's constantly rushing. This is a constant sense of urgency, a constant need to make money. Um, I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy the whole thing. Um, I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. Um, yeah, I don't enjoy it, y'all. I don't enjoy it. Um, other than that, yeah. Let me think of something to make me happy so I could sign off happy. I don't know. I'm excited to create things. I don't know what those things are, but I'm excited to create things. Mm, um, yeah. Well, my battery about to die, so I'll end this now. But yeah. I guess that's the state of how I feel right now. I'm trying to play a game on my phone or something.